Welcome to Redhead Rewriting Reality by Kim Iverson. The story of my life as I figure out who I am after a lifetime of abuse and share my journey with that. Sharing the story of building my author career, the struggles, bettering self, and creating a new life. I'm a multi-genre author who publishes under Kimberly Sue Iverson. If you'd like to explore my work, visit KimberlySueIverson.com. This audio is intended for an adult audience. Themes and topics may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener and viewer discretion is advised. Now, get yourself comfy and make yourself at home, and let's dive in. The classics poll. I haven't really gone into a lot around Mila, but I thought I would briefly mention it because this past week, the grief refreshed inside of me really hard. When my brother and I were forced to move and I had to give her up, that was something that part of me understood may happen and something that I had tried to prepare myself for over time, but that honestly I'm not sure one can ever truly prepare for. It's sort of like knowing someone is gonna pass, but that moment is still so incredibly hard because you don't have any idea about the level of grief that will hit you or how it will hit you. I'm hoping I don't have to pause a lot and cry thinking about this because I still struggle. This week, though, the grief has been hitting me hard. It's easy to think when I say it hurt me to give her up, that the focus is on me, that I'm feeling sad or wrong for myself. Yes, there is a lot of that. I feel intense guilt over having to make that choice. I feel like a horrible human being for it. As if I gave up on her, as if I did wrong by her. I can feel the guilt consume me at times until I sob. I think about what someone said to me, expecting her to be there, expecting her to come cuddle me in the morning, thinking she'll walk through the door, wanting that more than expecting it now. Having to wake up without her there is still beyond difficult. Not being able to hug her, to kiss her, to love on her. The tears stream down my face as I think about it. So many things can well up around me, but it's not around me that the grief mostly lays. It's her. I think a lot about how she must have felt being driven away from me, how she must have felt the first night without me there. We were beyond close. So I worry that she felt she did wrong, that it was on her. I think about how it affected her. I think about the sadness or pain she went through, how she must have felt. It's her that a lot of my grief comes from, because I think all the time about how my dogs must feel when I do certain things. So I try to always remember that yes, they can feel. Anyone who ever has owned a pet will know they are not these emotionless, soulless creatures. They feel so deeply, just like us. Like with Kona. It took him all this time to finally begin to cuddle with me again. I think part of it is because he saw his mother and father pass in my arms. So some sort of trust shifted in him. Then after Mila had gone, he no longer wanted to snuggle and sleep with me the way he had. It hurt me deeply, but I gave him his space. I didn't not try to touch him a lot. I simply allowed him those times to not be near me, to wait until he began to show moments he wanted to be near me. Even when he didn't want to cuddle me like before, He was always touching me when we slept at night, so he didn't go too far. He still needed me, wanted me, always. It just became different. I wasn't sure if we'd ever get back to that place again. So I told him too. If that was what he wanted, I would stop pushing him. I wouldn't force him to be near me. That's about when the shift began too, I noticed. The moments he'd choose not to remain so far away during the day. The moments he was a lot more okay with me kissing on him, holding him. I know he was grieving their losses too, because it wasn't as if he was near my brother or the other dogs. There'd been a few weeks there that he truly distanced himself from all of us. Despite being there, he'd gone inside of himself, trying to process his pain and emotions. Little by little, though, I would be allowed one extra moment of holding him, of kissing him. Then in the mornings or at night, if I wrapped my arm around him recently, he wouldn't immediately run off. For comparison, this is the dog I shared countless images of, always tucking under my arm while I read, snuggling under my covers, sleeping with me under my covers in the morning, sleeping or sitting on my lap, next to me on the chair. Our connection is really deep and strong and close, so to have had it shift and accept that he needed that space and time, it was emotionally and mentally hard on me. I have been seeing a change in him though. The way he nitpicks me and my brother, tries to get us to play. He likes to coerce me into taking him outside, though he was just outside. The way he used to say, "Follow me." So I'll go outside with him, and he'll run away a little, look back to ensure I'm coming, as if to say, "Come on, Mama, get me." So I pretend that I chase him, and he's too fast. I even heard him giggle yesterday when he was playing. It's rare to hear that sound come from him. This house we are in has sounds that for him and the way his hearing is now that he's older, I think they're distorted, so they sort of freak him out. He's getting better with that too, knowing he is safe. He likes to explore the yard and house, and he even has chosen to sit on my lap a few extra minutes this past week. He may pick up on me grieving Mila again. I have no doubts about that. But that we've reached that space where he isn't completely shutting me out and wanting to remain away from me, it feels really good. Maybe it's more grief from him. Maybe it was a shift in trust. I'm not really sure what the cause completely was. Only he would know. I do know that giving him his space, while still remaining physically close, has been helping him. Allowing him to come to me, allowing him to decide how close we get and when. Letting him see that I'm not going to rush him along, and I will simply be there for when he is ready. It seems to be helping him. The grief for Mila is still there. Knowing she is out there and so close, but so far. Knowing I can't hold her and smell her head that always smelled so sweet. I can't escape her either. When I open my memories on Facebook, nearly every single day I see a picture of her. I see them when I open my phone. We were so close, so I have loads of pictures and more of her. It's not an easy grief to get over. Can I reach out to who got her? Yes. I'm just not ready for that. I'm not at that point. They haven't tried to reach out either, so it's not as if they can't. They did say I could come over whenever, or they could bring her over, but I don't think that'd be fair to her. As close as her and I were, I think it might just renew and strengthen the grief again, and I don't want her to feel hope that it means she's coming back home with me or to me. I don't want her to have to face another moment of being taken away from me, which is probably the biggest pain we both faced, being taken away from my side. It's why I told the people I found for her that it would be best to get her in the car while I wasn't there. I'd went inside to get her things and her clothes. I loved on her before they left, and I'm glad that they'd left when they did. I'd been doing well until that very last moment, and then I broke down. The tears didn't quit for days. They're on my Facebook, though, so easily accessible. I just don't think I can bring myself to reach out yet. When they did after a week or so of having her, just seeing her hurt so badly. So that's part of why I haven't. I'm not sure it would do my mental health issues well either. I work really hard to keep myself together right now, but I do still grieve her loss pretty hard. I want so badly to be able to touch her and to play with her. It's like when you're in a long-distance relationship, as I was just telling someone. The hardest times are usually when you crave that physical and you can't do it. You can't hug them, hold them. You want the cuddles and they aren't able to be there. That can be the huge burden for long distance. Even just a best friend. It doesn't have to be romantic. I need to do what's best for her as much as myself. So for now, I keep my distance. I also found a few classics that I mentioned I would include as a list or poll to choose from to read for you guys. I'd mentioned how I would probably just start with things people know. Why classics? The books that you read online have to be out of copyright. They cannot still be within copyright. Often it means the classics are a win or older books. To start with, I wanted books that people easily knew, whether it be a short, a child's book. I honestly don't care. The first books I read are obviously not going to be the best anyway, as I learned how to properly read them. Because why, yes, narration isn't that easy. If you're thinking I'm lying, grab a recorder and try to record something. Bonus points if you're doing it on video. Not so easy, is it? So that's also why I figured a book people know would be best. Now, I went to Project Gutenberg, which is the biggest site for works that are free to read. But I kept getting a timeout error, so I found another site called American Literature. I didn't want to do stories people didn't know whatsoever, so what I chose most of us know. These are easy ones to ease into it all, sort of. I won't record a full book at once. However long they are, I will cut it off before an hour mark, no matter what I read. Unless it's a final chapter that would only be like 10 minutes, at which point I'm not going to cut it off and end it just because. This will also be an intro to the potential of me doing my own work in audiobook form that people can buy to listen to. That's always available. If you ever want me to do one of my books in audio and commission me to, let me know, please. I'll take the time to do so just for you. And no, I wouldn't charge you thousands. We'd work on a price you could afford while compensating me for having to spend that much time editing and recording a book. So the choices for what to read first are: number 1, Alice in Wonderland. Number 1, Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Number 2, Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. Number 3, The Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams. Number 4, Tarzan of the Apes by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Number 5, Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi. Number 6, The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. You can comment wherever this is posted or send me a message to my email at stories2read@KimberlySueIverson.com. On Spotify, I can do polls on episodes, so I'll set one up there. If choices are tied, I'll choose one, then do the next. If there aren't votes or clear winners, I'll just start with the first and go on down the list as I go along, 1 through 6. If you ever write something too that you'd like me to read, I am more than happy to. Whether you're an artist starting out or you just have a story to tell, either way works. I'm happy to share anecdotes, thoughts, poetry, shorts, as long as you give me full permission to read and share it. Also, as an update on my own writing, I have been working my way through Pito Sakiri, which is the 3rd book in the Priestess world. As I've said, I had to reacquaint myself with the story and world. I have hit the halfway point with it, reading through and adjusting as I need to. It's going pretty well. I'm doing it sometimes on the mobile, but I have been on the laptop too. I found where I packed my Bluetooth keyboard and attached it to my new phone. I found that worked better to do if I edit on mobile. Then I put my phone into landscape mode and am able to easily adjust the passages as I need. Otherwise, having that on-screen keyboard constantly opening and blocking half the page was getting aggravating. The book is about 400 pages right now, and I'm halfway. There may not be much I write to end it. I may jump into writing the 4th shortly after I do get back into writing, but I also have ideas for shorts percolating. So we'll see what happens. I have had more tell me that they'd like me to do ASMR too, and I'm thinking more around doing it. I was telling them it'd probably be comforting in the style of a wife, mother, girlfriend kind. I think I lean more into that realm. I don't mean all at once or one or another. I mean each one altered just ever slightly to fill whichever need someone particularly wanted in different videos. And no, not sexual, not video either. Just warmth and kind words to relax to and fall asleep to. If you are one of those who think that would interest you, please feel free to let me know. The more who ask, the more likely I'll be interested in doing so and making it a focus of mine. More to come. Thank you for reading and subscribing, or listening in this case. I'm beyond grateful you chose to spend this time with me. What are your thoughts? Engage with me and start a conversation. Just don't be rude about it. And as always, your shares are so incredibly appreciated. Share with anyone you think may enjoy this. Word of mouth is the best form of expanding the reach, so this reaches the eyes and ears of whoever may enjoy it. My donation link, if you found value in this and would like to support me to help keep this going, is coffee.com/KimberlySueIverson.com. That's ko-fi.com/Kimberly Sue Iverson. Every little bit helps, so thank you for your generosity. Remember, kings and queens, everyone is fighting battles inside nobody can see. Who are you willing to see today? And who are you willing to let see you today? I hope someone can bring a smile to you today, or you can bring a smile to someone else. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you are more than welcome to, and I'd love to connect you there. For Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, I have to use Kimberly Sue Iverson. There is also a page for Redhead Rewriting Reality on Facebook, but for X, Twitter, Blue Sky, Telegram, and most other socials, you can find me under Kimber Bites. That's KIMBERBITES, which is what I normally use. Do you like Snapchat? Feel free to add me under Feisty Kitty. That's FEISTYKITTY. I usually try to use the same picture across the board, but you can always ensure you have the right person by checking my website link cave, which is KimberlySueIverson.com/linkcave. Want a chance for your story to be featured? Whether you're an author starting out, published and want to boost, have a tale of old to tell that has been passed down through family, or just want to share your own life experience, get in touch. Email storiesToRead@KimberlySueIverson.com. That's storiesToRead@KimberlySueIverson.com.